All right, reviews and more, back with another quick fragrance review. This is one of 3 fragrances I picked up from Ross recently. This one was $24.99. This is John Varvatos XX Indigo, and this is one of their blue fragrances. Let's pop this open. As I'm getting off that nasty cellophane, I'll go ahead and talk about the notes, and we'll jump into what all that means. Now, thankfully, Ross, for whatever reason, near me, normally they have garbage. Normally it's just like a bunch of, you get like some mall brands in there. Every now and then you get like an old designer brand. And this is not a new designer brand by any stretch of the imagination. But normally there's just not much of a selection, or it's a very repetitive selection. So let's go ahead and talk about these notes. The notes are, in the opening, mint, lemon, pink pepper. And then you get middle notes of geranium, Himalayan poppy, cardamom, and then base notes of patchouli, vetiver, and musk. So this is described as a blue fragrance. Sometimes they make comparisons to this and Dylan Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, I believe, or was it Versace? I can't remember. I can't keep things straight in my brain. I'm not gonna try. What is it? It's Dylan Blue. Who is it? Yeah, Versace. Versace's Dylan Blue. So comes with this little tag talisman thing on here that's a pain to get off. I assume they do this to protect the bottle from getting scratched, because that bottle looks to be painted. There we go, finally. Gosh. Oh, there's more plastic on the top. Okay, we gotta make sure that, that satisfying peel. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the bottle. It's very, very classy. This is the John Varvatos look. The bottle shape's pretty standard. Some of them have these little talismans on them. Apparently, and this to me makes it just difficult to use, but it's a cool presentation. Looks very nice. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see what kind of fragrance, at least the opening, looks like. The way I normally do this is I'll do a quick spray on myself as well as on a little tester strip that I got right here, and then we kind of jump in about an hour or two later. We talk about other notes that have popped out, whether the dry down's there, what kind of performance we can expect from it after several hours, and that ends up being the whole video. So as always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, helps the channel out. All right, get some sprays in. Let's go nuts, why not? Now, one of the biggest complaints about John Varvatos generally is it does not have long performance. Yeah, that's a very, very fresh fragrance. You get mint and lemon, and there's pepper in there. And that's honestly all I'm getting overall. A little bit of the cardamom. I'm getting kind of that sweetness from the cardamom. Yeah, that's a very, very fresh, very blue fragrance, very pleasant. There's no real complaint there. Oh, look, they rubberized that little backing so it wouldn't scratch the bottle. Isn't that cute? Okay. But yeah, that's a very fresh blue fragrance. Nothing super special about it. Nothing where you go, oh my God, that's amazing. Very masculine, very fresh, very blue, very aromatic. Let's go ahead and do the wrist. Sometimes on my wrist, fragrances like, especially citruses, kind of present differently. I think everybody kind of has that experience. On paper, I notice a lot. I typically notice more notes on paper than I do on skin, because my pH and whatever just does stuff to make it so I don't pick up certain fragrances. Yeah, so on skin, I'll be frank, it smells better. So on skin, I'm getting a lot more of the lemon and a lot more, I think, I can already kind of tell there's patchouli in it. It's a lot nicer on my skin. On paper, it's nice too. There's no complaint on paper. It's just I get way more of the mint on the paper than I do on skin. So it's a lot more lemony, a lot more, I'm gonna say this, on skin, it smells way more green. On paper, it smells way more kind of spicy and aromatic. But yeah, I like it on skin. That smells really nice. I'm gonna douse myself in this today, and I'll come back basically like an hour, so you'll see me cut to the future time, and that'll be kind of the dry down analysis. I'll take like 2 minutes to talk about that in projection, longevity, etc. So see you in just a quick second, but for me, it's been hours. All right, guys, it's been about 8 hours since I recorded that first section, so I can kind of tell you what's going on with this fragrance. And I'll be frank, I'm probably gonna be putting it on again before the evening's over, after I work out or after I get to take a shower. So the opening notes, mint, lemon, pink pepper, they're all there. On skin, I definitely notice a lot more of just a green fragrance to it. It's much more green smelling, which is good because it's very fresh. I will say this, projection wise, you're gonna project in the room for 30 minutes. This is not a big like beast mode room filler unless you really just douse yourself. So don't expect that unless you're really gonna like bathe in this stuff. But that's kind of the story of John Varvatos. They don't, the fragrances aren't super strong and they're not terribly long lasting, but they are good quality for the time they're here. You get a lot of cardamom on the dry down along with that vetiver and musk. I did not get heavy patchouli. Patchouli's in the notes. I got more of the musk and the vetiver along with just kind of a green kind of fragrance. That might have been the patchouli, but it's not super like that dirty green kind of patchouli smell that sometimes you get. So if you're like someone who hates patchouli, you might not really notice it as patchouli. If you love patchouli, you might be disappointed if you're looking for a patchouli dry down fragrance. But overall, on skin, I'd say 6 hours. And that's 6 hours of me kind of working at a desk, moving around my house a little bit, not doing anything really physical. So if you're someone who's like doing a physical job or they're walking around or you're constantly on the move, it might not last as long, but hey, you might smell better while you do it because it's kind of like coming off in your sweat and whatnot. But yeah, overall, for the price point of like $24.99 is what I paid for it. I think you can actually find it a little bit cheaper on different discounters. You're getting a good deal, and as long as, if you're a guy, if you don't mind throwing it in this bottle in a gym bag, you might want to take this off because it can snag on stuff. But it's a good fragrance. I would say it's less of a, hey, I'm gonna throw this on and go to work for the day kind of fragrance because it doesn't have the longevity you need. And it's more of a, hey, I'm going out with friends for lunch. Hey, I'm going on a date. I'll be gone for about 3 to 4 hours. Hey, I just got out of the shower, or I'm about to go to the gym, or I just finished up at the gym and I don't want to smell bad, or it's post shower. This is kind of it's that kind of fragrance. It's not meant to be a long lasting, super projecty kind of fragrance, beast mode all day long kind of deal. Now that being said, let's talk as far as demographics. This is safe at any age. If a young person, I'm talking about like teenage high school kid, threw this on before they went to school in the morning, no one's gonna think they smell like an old guy. They're gonna smell fresh and clean and minty and nice and wonderful. If you're a 50, 60-year-old man and you wore this, no one's gonna be like, why are you trying to smell like a teenager? It's not gonna happen. It's just a nice, fresh, mass appealing overall fragrance. So very good fragrance for the price point. If it lasted longer, I'd love it 10 times more. But that being said, it costs $24, not $240. So you don't necessarily get that longevity you might get with more expensive brands. So that's John Varvatos. This is XX Indigo. It's a blue fragrance. It's lovely. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and have a great day.